Spring is in the air. The first Saturday in May is only 4 weeks away. And on the road to Kentucky, this California stop is a must. It's the Santa Anita Derby on Fox. The last 3 years, this race has starred trainer Bob Baffert in a leading role. A Cavalier win in 96, a Silver Charm second in 97, and a 1-2 finish in 98. All have crowned Baffert the California King. And as he took his show down that bluegrass road, he proved once again that Santa Anita is the hottest prep for the Kentucky Derby. Today, Baffert begins his stretch run for the 99 Roses and for a record 3 consecutive Kentucky Derby victories. He has 2 shots here today, Derby favorite Prime Timber and the generally dangerous General Challenge. But Richard Mandela's Desert Hero is undefeated. He's beaten Prime Timber and 2 others in today's field. Could he be the spoiler to bust up Bob's Big Bash? A talented sweet filly has joined the party. Honest ladies ready to play with the big boys. In the last 11 years, horses who ran in this Derby have gone on to win 11 Triple Crown races. Want an early gander at this year's Kentucky Derby champ? Odds are you'll see him or her in today's Santa Anita Derby, next on Fox.
Sports welcomes you to picturesque Santa Anita Park at the base of the San Gabriel Mountains in Arcadia, California for the 62nd running of the Santa Anita Derby at 1 mile and an eighth with a purse of $750,000. 59 degrees in Arcadia, mostly cloudy skies, and the track condition is fast. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Kenny Albert. Thanks for joining us for what has become the premier prep race for the Kentucky Derby, which takes place 4 weeks from today. Now, 2 numbers to keep in mind. 8 Santa Anita Derby winners have gone on to win the Kentucky Derby. And the last 2 years, the second place finisher here in the Santa Anita Derby has gone on to the winner's circle at Churchill Downs. Partner number 1 to my right, one of the leading trainers on the West Coast, Ron Ellis. And Ron, as a trainer, what does today's race mean?
Well, Kenny, it's hard for me to think of a $750,000 race as a prep race, but that's what it is. But let's make no mistake, this is a very prestigious Grade 1 event. Now, the Santa Anita Derby is the first time that we're going to test these 3-year-olds for some stamina. It's 1 mile and an eighth, but the big question in here is, do these horses have enough experience to win today? Take our morning line favorite, Desert Hero, for instance. He's only had 2 starts, 2 wins, but only 2 starts. Now, young horses can improve greatly when they go race to race. Now, I see 3 horses in this race that could possibly go on to be the favorite in the Derby if they win impressively today.
Well, Ron, let's meet the field for the 62nd Santa Anita Derby with the morning line odds. On the rail, the filly, Honest Lady, with a weight allowance for fillies. Jockey Kent DeSormo at 4-1. Number 2 is Prime Timber, 7-2. Number 3, the morning line favorite, Desert Hero, at 5-2 with Corey Nakatani aboard. The number 4 horse, Capsized, at 8-1 with Alex Solis. Number 5, Walk That Walk, at 30-1. The number 6 horse, High Wire Act, at 8-1. Number 7 is General Challenge at 3-1. And number 8 at 15-1 is Charismatic. As I turn to my left and welcome in partner number 2, he's a national correspondent for the Daily Racing Forum, Jay Privman. Jay, early in the week, many of the experts, yourself included, figured Prime Timber would be the morning line favorite. However, that is not the case. He's the 3rd choice.
I'm really surprised that he's only the 3rd choice on the morning line, Kenny, because most people, myself included, consider Prime Timber to be the leading candidate for the Kentucky Derby right now. But that just goes to show you how difficult this field is. Desert Hero beat Prime Timber the only time they ran against each other. General Challenge has been burning up the racetrack in his morning workouts. Capsize has steadily improved all winter. And the filly, Honest Lady, she's got terrific early speed. She's drawn on the rail, and she might make a dash for it and try and go wire to wire.
So Desert Hero is the morning line favorite at 5-2. Now, the 4th member of our broadcast crew, Caton Bradar, is at the Oaklawn Handicap, which you can see later today on Fox Sports Net at 6 Eastern. So joining us here at Santa Anita is Susie Culver, and she is down in the paddock with Honest Ladies jockey Kent DeSormo.
Kenny, thanks. Now, Kent, we know you believe this filly is very, very special, but in her first trip against the boys about a month ago, she finished 5th, just a length back, but 5th. Against a similar field today, what makes you believe she can do better?
Well, just as Prime Timber came back and ran a bang-up race off of that effort, I think that event did just the same for Honest Lady. She was just a little girl that day. It made a lady out of her, and I'm looking forward to a big race from her today.
Now, you come out of the one post. Does that almost force you to take the lead and have to try to stay there?
Actually, quite the contrary. It's the luxury box. I get the opportunity to just adjust according to pace, as I don't have to position myself to get over and save ground into the first turn. I'm already there, right on the fence.
Have a safe ride.
Thank you.
Back to you, Kenny.
Thanks very much, Susie. A lot more coming your way over the next hour, so let's take a look at what's on tap.
Still to come in today's show, Bob Baffert, king of the last 2 Kentucky Derbies. With 2 contenders in today's race, he's got a shot at an historic 3 in a row. But lately, not everything's been coming up roses. And hey, boys, there's a new filly in town. We'll check out if trainer Bobby Frankel thinks Honest Lady's ready for the big time. Desert Hero is 2 for 2, but he's got an off-track story that would make even soap opera writers froth at the mouth. It's the 62nd running of the Santa Anita Derby, and it's all coming up next on Fox.
Welcome back to the 62nd Santa Anita Derby with 31 minutes to post. As we check out the current odds, as we expected, the odds have changed. Prime Timber and Desert Hero are now the co-favorites at 2-1. As we turn the page, the number 7 horse General Challenge now at 3-1. Well, you've seen the odds. Now give us your pick. Who do you think will win today's 62nd running of the Santa Anita Derby? Log on to the internet at www.foxsports.com and give us your take on today's race. Well, Bob Baffert has had tremendous success, not only here at the Santa Anita Derby, where he finished 1-2 a year ago, but at the Kentucky Derby as well, victorious the last 2 years. So Bob J. looking to make some history this year.
That's right. No trainer has ever won the Kentucky Derby 3 consecutive years. Bob Baffert trying to become the first to do it this year. He's got the current favorite for the Derby in Prime Timber, another top contender in General Challenge, even has a couple of fillies who might take on the boys on Derby Day as well. But Bob Baffert is not nearly in as good a position right now as he was 1 month ago.
There's a little leak in the ship, but we're still afloat. Last year, I had about 8 or 9 of them that looked good, and all of a sudden they start falling by the wayside.
1 month ago, 6 of the nation's top 9 Kentucky Derby prospects were trained by Baffert. 3 of them, Exploit, General Challenge, and Straight Man, were unbeaten. But then the ship started taking on water. It began when Exploit, Baffert's top-ranked colt, was beaten in the San Felipe Stakes. He suffered a chipped knee in the race and was retired.
That was a tough blow because he had so much talent. He was so exciting to watch, and when they get hurt like that and they can't live to fight another day, it makes it tough.
The next day, General Challenge suffered the first loss of his career in the Louisiana Derby.
New Orleans was sort of a disaster for him. He shipped in there, but he learned a lot, and he got beat by some nice horses, so he spotted him about 10 lengths out of the gate. You can't do that against those kind of horses. I think General Challenge is the Derby prospect if he gets it together. He's a very good horse. I've been very high on him. He's got a little Dennis Rodman in him. He's a little flashy guy that, he didn't show up last time.
And then last week, Straight Man also was beaten for the first time in a stakes race in Kentucky.
I was very disappointed in his race. I thought, we couldn't lose. They had a tough week. We lost Exploit, Silver Charm, didn't show up at Dubai. Straight Man gets beat. It's tough. I hope I have a Derby prospect. After last week, I don't know.
Baffert still has a strong hand, starting with Prime Timber. He became the Derby favorite with his overpowering victory in the San Felipe 3 weeks ago. It was as though Exploit passed the baton to his stablemate.
And Prime Timber's going to collar them both. Prime Timber coming home to take the San Felipe.
He needed that confidence, and now the horse, he thinks he's King Kong.
Prime Timber added blinkers in the San Felipe. Baffert thinks they made the difference, and he'll use them for the first time on General Challenge in today's race.
I've been really excited about this horse all along, and I just love the way he's training. I think those two horses right now, those are my top horses.
If either Prime Timber or General Challenge run well today, they will send Baffert to the Kentucky Derby for the 4th straight year.
When Cavanier ran second, got beat a nose, I thought that was it. That's as close as I'm going to come to the Derby. I thought I was done, finished, whatever. And then to come back and win it with Silver Charm was like, oh, man, well, I got my Derby. I'm done, finished, you know. And then Real Quiet wins it. It's like, it's unbelievable.
It's hard to keep Baffert down. He's got a barn full of fast horses, and he's got a resilient personality.
I've been through everything. I've seen anything bad that can happen in racing. I've been through it. When you're on a roll, enjoy it, because you never know when they're going to slam that door on your face.
Bob Baffert also has two of the top fillies in the country in Silver Bullet Day and Excellent Meeting. He has said that both are being pointed for the Kentucky Oaks, which is the day before the Derby and is exclusively for fillies. But after what happened this weekend, he might be in for a change of plans. Earlier today at Keeneland, Silver Bullet Day was an impressive winner of the Ashland Stakes, drawing away here with effortless ease under jockey Jerry Bailey. And then yesterday in the Fantasy Stakes at Oaklawn Park, Excellent Meeting, another romping winner for Bob Baffert. She takes the Fantasy. Could she perhaps be going on to the Derby as well? Two good chances for Bob Baffert with these fillies.
And Jay, some major controversy earlier this week involving Bob Baffert. He reached a verbal agreement with jockey Chris McCarron for McCarron to ride General Challenge here today in the Santa Anita Derby. But once Gary Stevens became available, Baffert made the switch. McCarron was obviously very unhappy about being pulled off General Challenge. He complained to the racing stewards here at Santa Anita, but Baffert and McCarron reportedly came to an agreement. Baffert offered McCarron some future mounts. Baffert referred to them as future draft picks. Ron, your take on the situation?
Well, we had a little bit of Derby fever set in this week. It's the type of thing that happens all the time between jockeys and trainers with this type of thing. But, you know, I can see both sides. We've got jockey Chris McCarron. He didn't want to give up a potential good mount in today's race, and also what could be a Triple Crown contender. Bob Baffert, he's just looking to get his #1 jockey, Gary Stevens, on General Challenge, who he's ridden the last 3 times.
And Chris McCarron is standing by with Susie Colbert. Susie?
Well, Kenny, at least publicly, no one has heard Chris's side of the story. Are you satisfied with the way the situation has been resolved?
Well, I'm satisfied that I've got a decent mount in the race, yes. But you know, I wish it could have been handled a little bit differently, but that's behind us now. You know, that when I lose a good mount, it hurts my pride a little bit, but I'm a big boy. I'll get over that.
Any added extra incentive, though, to win aboard High Wire Act?
This is a $750,000 race, Grade 1, last final prep on the West Coast for the Kentucky Derby. That's a lot of incentive to go out there and win. That's all I need.
Now, Kent says he'll play it by ear, but we do expect the filly to be out front. Will you push the pace as well with High Wire Act?
Well, he'll be up there. I think, you know, if he breaks cleanly and gets away from the gate in good order, he'll be up close, either in front or laying second. But I'm going to do the same thing. When the gates open up, I'll make up my mind which way I'll go.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Kenny?
Thanks very much, Susie. No question as to why Bob Baffert wanted Gary Stevens aboard General Challenge during this decade. 5 Santa Anita Derby victories and 3 second-place finishes for Gary Stevens.